Fearless Friday Underground coming here with you. We're finally getting into conference play. Let's go. Jay Bir, Lanny Beavers with you here like we always are. Let's get right into this thing here. Let's get to the overall top 10 here in the state. Lots of good flavor here in this one. Obviously, you see Bryant still holding down the top spot. Greenwood there at that number 2. Bentonville, North Little Rock, Conway. We got you in this time. All right, that's our bad. But then you see a little tie here with PA and Harrison. It's kind of a nice little wrinkle there into things. Little Rock Christian, Searcy, and then how about that? How about Lake Hamilton? Getting into the overall now. I'm not buying that yet. I don't want to like poo-poo all over the idea, but hey, look at them up there.
Who are you talking about?
I'm talking about Lake Hamilton.
That doesn't belong there.
I'm not on the Lake Hamilton bandwagon just yet. Not for overall.
Yeah, I got
personally.
You. I've got you.
Personally, because I think you're missing Nashville in there. I still think Arkadelphia is probably one of your tops. I mean, I get they lost this past week, and we'll talk about that here after a while. But you know,
I think it's a
even
good.
Searcy,
I think it's a good
poll.
The only things I would kind of change here is I still think that Bentonville would be ranked above Greenwood. I don't think Greenwood could beat Bentonville. Other than that, I really don't have a problem with any of it. I think it's all pretty good. And I do agree with you. After Nashville knocked off Arkadelphia, they probably need to be there too.
Yeah.
But I think it's a pretty good poll.
Yeah, solid.
I can live with it.
Yeah. Not too many complaints, but
I really like that number 10 team. We'll talk about that a little bit later.
You do, but yeah, we'll get into them here in just a minute here. But let's jump into the 7A top 10. You see a few of them there. Bryant obviously holding down that top spot there. And then you've got Bentonville, North Little Rock, Conway. But then there you also have Little Rock Catholic.
Got a big win over Cabot last week.
Yeah, sure did.
That's why Catholic goes in there. There's only 16 teams, so it's really very top-heavy. Probably the top 3, really. Bentonville, North Little Rock, Conway.
I might lump Conway into that, but yeah.
Bryant, obviously, top 4 is what I meant to say.
Yeah.
I think Bryant, Bentonville, it's going to come down to them.
Yeah.
I still think Fayetteville, even though they're getting kind of hammered right now.
Yeah.
It's a very good team, a lot of talent. I think they might be able to get it together toward the end. So let's not count out Fayetteville right now, though they've been hammered the last couple of weeks.
You mentioned Catholic there in that top 5. Let's dive into them here. Big win against Cabot. I probably, going into this game, would have tipped the scales Cabot's way, but here we are. Catholic, big win. Is this something that maybe puts them in, I don't want to say in the conversation because we're not there yet, but got to put them on the map?
I put them on the map. They're not up there with a North Little Rock, Bryant, or Bentonville by any means.
Right.
I'm not surprised that Catholic won this game. Catholic's been beating Cabot quite a bit lately. It doesn't really surprise me. This game was on the road in Little Rock, so not a big shocker right there.
Tight win though, but kind of high scoring affair. I know this is still a thing that Cabot's getting used to, is putting up points and chunking the ball around. But hey, man, it seems to be working. But Catholic getting the best of them there. I did it.
It's a good win. It is a good win. Very good win for Little Rock Catholic.
You were talking about Fayetteville. Man, oh man, what's going on with these guys? Because they're
new coach,
they're good.
Casey Dick coming in. They just have so much talent.
All right.
I just think they're just not gelling right now, and I think they possibly can get it together. They've took some pretty big losses there, but they've been playing some real good teams. Bentonville West, another team that we can't
Bentonville
forget
West
about.
looked a little down, and now granted they were playing Bryant when I saw them playing earlier in the year, so take that with a grain of salt because Bryant's just hammering everybody right now. But I would almost want to say that this is a kind of a bad L for Fayetteville, considering some of the expectations in there. Poor ref there.
Yeah,
goodness.
boy, he took it on the chin right there. Possibly, I don't. Bentonville West had a very good season last year, so they're a very decent team. Bentonville's probably by far the class right now, up in the 7A West, where Bryant's in the 7A Central. I think they're really a rung above the rest of the teams. I just think that Fayetteville's just got too much talent, and they ought to be able to get it back together. I think it's too early to count Fayetteville out.
All right, so we'll see kind of what happens as we get into conference play here, because weird things happen, especially in that West, especially in that Central. We'll just kind of have to see how things develop here.
Sure.
All right, we've been talking about some of these teams. Bunch of big games here in the 7A this week.
Yep.
Here you go, Catholic. We're going to see how real you are. You're taking on Bryant.
They're not that real. Bryant will win this one fairly easy.
Okay, and then this one here is going to be dicey. I'm not sure who's getting sent out to this one, but we're going to have somebody out here for sure. Conway, North Little Rock.
Well, North Little Rock's got to show that they can pass the football. They totally got shut down in the championship game last year, couldn't pass the football.
Right.
I like Conway in this game.
Ooh, he's going with the road team.
I will. I do like Conway. I just think North Little Rock too one-dimensional.
Okay, yeah, but they do it well.
They do it well, and also we don't know how good the teams out of state were that North Little Rock lost to. That's real misleading there. So it's a little bit too early, and that's kind of what I was talking about Fayetteville earlier. A little bit too early to decide what's going on. So, but I do like Conway in a mild upset in this football game.
Okay, then. I'm kind of taken aback by that because I was leaning Conway just because what you said there. I think they're a little more high-powered, at least on the offensive side of the ball. Now, defensively, they can clamp it down too. So this one's going to be fun to watch. Either way you look at it.
Yeah, it's a very good game. I just think Conway's a little bit better right now.
All right, so there you have it. We got Bryant, we got Conway here.
Yep.
We're agreeing on things.
Yep.
That doesn't happen much here. All right, let's get into the 6A here. Greenwood obviously still holding down that top spot. You got Searcy jumping up there at number 2. How about that? Lake Hamilton really getting pumped up. Jonesboro, and then we threw Benton in there, and then you see West Memphis and El Dorado still getting some votes from people because we gotta throw somebody in there in that 5 spot.
Then there's only 16 schools.
16 schools. Half of them are kind of
It's a very weak conference.
It is what it is.
It's a very weak conference. There's no doubt about it. I'll just flat say it's a weak conference. Greenwood is so top-heavy right now. We said they should have given the rings out right at the opening kickoff. And just, everything else is a formality for second place.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Searcy yet. I'm real anxious to see Searcy once they play Jonesboro.
That'll be a good one.
I'll tell you something. It's way too early. Way too early.
Way too early.
But that 1 and 3, both of them are in the 6A West.
Oh, they sure are.
Way too early. Let me just say this.
He's saying it.
They play the last game of the season.
Ooh. All right, let's go.
So we'll be watching how that turns out. But
absolutely.
When you go on the road, like Lake Hamilton did against a good El Dorado team.
Yeah, solid El Dorado team. Yeah, throw that up there, guys. That
and you put
Hamilton El Dorado.
And you put 387 yards rushing against El Dorado. There's Tevin Woodley right here.
Big old boy right there.
Yeah, it's just a sophomore too. Here's their other sophomore here, Owen Miller, coming around student body left. And he's got a lot of speed, as you see, just a breakaway speed right there.
Yeah. Now you were talking last week if Lake Hamilton could find some semblance of a defense. 21 points, that's not bad to a solid El Dorado team. Did they find something here?
Well, they're still weak on where they're going to have struggle all season is they're still a bit weak on the pass defense.
Okay.
Other than that, nobody can run against them, so they're doing a very good job there. The pass defense got a little bit better. The biggest deal is you can't stop them. Their offense is so good. It's a power running game. They can throw the football too. And, they're averaging 45 points a game right now. So
they're lighting up the scoreboard.
So nobody's been able to stop them. So they're a very good football team right now.
Should be interesting to watch this play out with them because, coming into the season, I wasn't real high on Lake Hamilton.
Well, nobody was.
Oh,
You've lost 2 starters in the backfield that went to Hot Springs High that we'll talk about in a few minutes.
Yeah.
And then you bring in 2 sophomores that nobody really knows about. Right now, one of them's got 573 yards.
Ooh.
The other one's got 543 yards, and they got 12 touchdowns.
Yeah, so there you go. You just needed to inject a little life into them there.
They're very good sophomores. 2 of the best sophomore backs I've seen in a long time.
All right, so it's going to be fun watching them here.
Absolutely.
You mentioned Searcy. I'm kind of on that Searcy bandwagon now. They've been good for a couple years now, and
Jacksonville.
They've kind of wilted towards the end of the season.
I
know they did last year.
Well, they've been playing the Pine. They've been playing the Pine Bluffs, the West Memphis, the Jonesboro toward the end of the season. And a lot of teams will wilt with that. This is a very bad Jacksonville football team here. I can't tell you why it's not playing very well, but hey, that's a good win. Searcy is very much looking strong right now.
Yeah, they are an offensive juggernaut. They've got it going on there. They can fling the ball, they can run the ball, they can kind of do it all. Defensively, they've been solid.
It's going to be
I have to go back and look at their schedule. I don't think they've played. I know they played Morrilton real well, and that's a decent win.
It is,
despite being a lower class.
It's a 5A school. One more thing, though, we were talking about Lake Hamilton Greenwood with the big match head-to-head coming up down the road. Searcy Jonesboro will determine. I think will determine the 6A East. Now, Leland Barclay told me it was a West Memphis Marion game last week.
Well then.
Don't forget those 2 schools too. So.
Yeah, don't sleep on West Memphis here.
A lot of good football still to be played.
Yep, and here we go. A couple of big games coming up this week. Throw it up for me there, guys. El Dorado Greenwood. We'll see how well El Dorado can bounce back. I don't think they're going to win.
Well, let me say this.
Look?
One thing, they lost 4 players in that game last week. Their tailback, I hope his ankle's all right. It looked very bad to me. So, I mean, you get to play Lake Hamilton, who power runs, rushes 400 yards on the ground.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about the rush this week. Now you got to stop the pass. So now you go to Greenwood. Greenwood can name the score. It's Greenwood wins easily.
I'm probably right there with you. And then this one will be fascinating here. West Memphis, Searcy. Now I know West Memphis not quite hot out the gate like they were last year. Searcy obviously very good, number 2.
Searcy should win this game.
Yeah.
It depends on if they got that West Memphis in their, back of their head. If they see, it's West Memphis. Looking at it across the field, Searcy should win this football game.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Considering they're the home team too, I would tip the scales there. I think it'll be a comfortable win. I'm not saying a blowout. I'm not saying a nail biter. Really, like 13-17 type of win.
I can see that.
All right. All right, so there we have it. Here we got the big dogs here. We got the 5A. We got the 4A coming up here next. We have got a doozy of a game coming up here in the 5A. We will talk about that one. You will not want to miss that. Fearless Friday Underground, Lanny Beavers, Jay Bir.
Nobody does spicy chicken like Wendy's. And now, spicy nuggets are back. So all hail the queen of spice. That's right. And get a free 6-piece when you mobile order through the app. Bring them back. Nobody does spicy chicken like Wendy's. And now, spicy nuggets are back. So all hail the queen of spice. That's right. And get a free 6-piece when you mobile order through the app. Bring them back.
Fearless Friday Underground, Jay Bir, Lanny Beavers here with you like we always are. Let's get right into this 5A here because we have got lots to talk about here. Harrison still holding down that top spot. Right with them there. Pulaski Academy right there with them. Little Rock Christian, Morrilton still hanging in there. Win. And then you see Maumelle, Valley View also getting some love. Parkview, Texarkana, even Hot Springs clocked a vote here.
Hot Springs had a very good win.
Yeah.
That was on our Fearless Game of the Week as they went to McClellan last week.
Yeah.
And also, speaking of good wins, Harrison had a very big win last week.
Yeah, let's talk about that here.
Very good win. Anytime you go play against Morrilton.
Yeah.
I think we both had Harrison in this game. But,
Yeah.
Man,
that was a doozy of a game right there.
It certainly was. That's some talent.
That one lived up to every ounce of the hype.
That's got some talent. I think you're going to see Harrison and Little Rock at the end of the season. I think they're that good.
Yeah, no, I think it really depends on the bracketing, how things work out. If they end up running into the likes of PA Christian, they might have something to say about it. But
I think there's a real good shot. They're good everywhere. Line's good on both sides of the ball, and they get a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
And I just think Harrison's going to be there. Morrilton's got a lot to say too.
Right.
Very good football. There's a lot of good football still to play 5A. Pulaski Academy, Little Rock Christian, as you mentioned. There's some good football teams.
Yeah, and I forget what the score in this one was. I want to say it was.
I think it's a 1 or 2 point
really
win
close.
for Harrison.
Yeah, I want to say 22-21 type of thing here.
And Harrison, don't forget now, Harrison was at home in this football game, which means, a lot of people say that means 7 points right there.
Yeah, absolutely here.
So just
39-34 was your.
I knew it was close, so
yeah.
it's a very good football game.
I was way off on that.
Morrilton,
yeah.
Morrilton will be back. They're still going to be fighting back.
Yep.
But what they could do is they could set up who goes on the road and who stays at home.
Definitely.
That's how big a game that was right there.
Yeah, it'll be beyond that first round because I think both these teams are going to end up hosting and I think they're likely going to be 1 and 2 barring disaster. And then once you kind of get a little further into the bracket, that's when things get a little.
But that was a huge win.
That is a huge
win for Harrison.
And I think that's basically your conference champion right there.
I don't think there's any doubt it's your conference champion.
Yeah, and I'm not usually one to forecast so early like Lanny here does.
And
I'm right there with you.
Well, when you're always right, you can do stuff like you can forecast that early.
Always right. Oh man, 2 very good teams though.
Yeah.
These 2 are entertaining to watch. If you get a chance to get out there and watch them, please do because man, they throw the ball up and down.
Yep.
They've got athletes. They're both got some size. And again, we've said it on the show, and I say it every week. If you've got speed, you got size. Chances are you're going to be pretty good.
Yep, that's right.
Both these teams are pretty good. A team I do want to touch on here is Maumelle. They're starting to get a little love there. They're right on the outside looking into this thing, but old Coach Horton's got the Hornets buzzing out there. They're not doing too shabby.
No, they're not. Whitehall's in a rebuilding year with Coach Bobby Bolden. We saw them a couple weeks ago. A couple weeks on Fearless Live.
Yeah, live.
Very good football team. Maumelle's starting to pick it up. They're just in too tough a conference right now. I mean, you got Little Rock Christian.
Yeah,
you got Pulaski Academy. That's going to be tough to break that top echelon, but they're probably a number 3 team.
Yeah,
right there
you still kind of got Parkview, I believe, in that conference. I forget kind of the
Brad Bowling coaching there at Parkview.
Yeah, so
a lot of good football still to be played.
Absolutely, but that's a team that I think, like you said, is kind of on the upswing right now. A team that you want to watch out for. Like I said, this is me putting Maumelle on watch. I want to see what they're made of through some of that grind.
You want to put a target on Maumelle and see how
a target, but
see how they react.
Let's put a light on them. Yeah, let's put the spotlight on them a little bit here.
We'll be watching. Hey, I've been watching Maumelle anyway. A very good football team.
Yeah, they are. And like I said, old Kirk Horton out there, he's got him rolling. Shouts out to Coach Horton there. We go way back. All right, a couple of big games here. I mentioned it in the tease. Boom. Let's go. PA LRCA.
I'm going to go Pulaski Academy. I mean, I know Little Rock Christian won the state championship last year.
Yeah.
Pulaski Academy won the regular season game. When you look head-to-head, you look matchup, PA generally comes out on top.
They have won more times than not, but do you think that title win kind of got that monkey off their back? Because I know you said a long time, they're just in their head. It doesn't matter how good one or the other was, Christian was going to lose because that's what they always did.
Yeah, and Justice Hill had a lot to do with that last year.
He did have a lot to do with it.
Justice Hill's not going to be on the sideline this week,
true.
this Friday night either. I like Pulaski Academy in this game. I think Little Rock Christian's a very good football team also. The very good, and this right here will be the conference championship. Without a doubt, they'll both be high in the playoffs. I'm surprised that Little Rock Christian has played so well. They lost quite a few players. But
they did lose a lot.
They just rebuilt, so hey, kudos to you. I just like PA in this game. Your next one, Parkview, Maumelle. Hey, we just talked about
Maumelle.
We just talked about them. I know Coach Bowling, Brad Bowling, a very, very good football coach. This is a tough one right here. This is kind of I'm going to go with.
That's kind of your 3-4 matchup in that.
Yeah, but I'm going to go with Little Rock Parkview in this football game.
Okay,
I know Coach Bowling's got a lot going right there, so I'll go with the Patriots.
All right, I gassed up Maumelle. Let's don't let me down out there now,
guys. Who
did
you pick in the PA Christian?
Oh man, that one's really a coin flip to me. I would probably lean PA, but it really wouldn't shock me if Christian did end up winning. The real question is, though,
the game is at Christian this year.
It is at Christian, of course. You know, it's cross town, so I mean, it's really a road game per se. What's the score going to be in this one? What are we thinking here? Are we thinking 40s, 50s, 70s?
Don't forget Pulaski Academy. The first game of the week put up 84 points as they beat Springdale Harbor, a team that we forgot to mention. The 7A. It's going to have a good season too.
Yeah,
they haven't. They won again last week. Getting off subject to you though. I'm going to say it's going to be like 67 to 50.
All right, so 60s and 50s.
And I put Madison Taylor right now. I'm telling him, the defensive coordinator, Pulaski Academy, you got to stop. If you want to win this game, you got to stop Little Rock Christian. And you can't spell pass without PA. And obviously, PA is going to score. PA will score their points.
Yeah, both these teams are going to score. It's just a matter of who can slow down the scoring enough.
And generally, when PA gets in these shootouts like that, Pulaski Academy almost always wins.
Oh, yeah.
The difference was last year, Little Rock Christian just shut them down.
They did, yeah. That second half, I think, was what really.
They shut them down. I think
it was fairly close at halftime in that title game, wasn't it?
Yeah, Braden. Yeah, and I just don't think it's going to happen this week. I like PA 67-50.
All right, so there you go. Going to be a high-scoring affair. So. I'd be right there with you. I think it's going to be a little closer than that, but I mean, upper 50s, 60s, might touch 70 the way both these teams can get up and down.
I don't think there's any doubt the winning team will have 60 points in this football game, I believe.
All right, well, let's drop down here to the 4A. Got a lot to talk about here. We had a big one down there, too. There you see Nashville holding down that top spot now. How about that? And then we actually have a tie here. Arkadelphia Robinson.
How about that conference? How about that 4-7A conference?
Trying to tell y'all, man. I've been trying to tell y'all.
How about that 4-7A conference right there? 1,
2,
1, 1A, 2, right there.
And then you see Shiloh Christian and Dardanelle, the Sand Lizards, my dudes. Let's go. And then Warren Rivercrest also getting some votes in there. Helena, West Helena, and Ozark also.
What a big upset. Warren lost last week.
Boy, I tell you what, did not see that one coming whatsoever. In
Cross
fact,
it.
Yeah, what's the funny thing
it.
is, like, we were, I went to Dallas. I covered the Hogs and A&M game. We found some people that were from Crossett in our hotel, and we just got to talking about that game and how wild it was, and they were even stunned at it because,
I think everybody,
you know, our bad for hating on that conference, because I know last week we were like, oh, Warren will win that thing, no big deal. It's such a weak conference.
and then Crossett wins over Warren.
What do we know, right?
Warren won't lose another game in the conference. Arkadelphia, Nashville.
Yeah, throw that up, guys. That was obviously game of the week in the state.
I'm not ready to say that's a conference championship, though. You got Robinson.
Oh, no, you've got Robinson who's got something to say about it. You've got some of the other teams who will sneak up on somebody. We saw it last year when Bauxite beat Robinson.
We had seen Arkadelphia come back against Wynn earlier in the season with the fearless game of the week. I didn't really think anybody'd stop Arkadelphia.
Yeah.
Nashville did. I mean, kicked a field goal at the end. Real shocking, and on the road too. I mean, good Lord, that's just.
Yeah, that's not an easy place to play. They get loud down there in the Arkadelphia.
It's not an easy place to play. It really surprised me that Nashville won this football game. Hats off to you, Scrappers. Yeah, that was a good win for Nashville.
I'm surprised, but I'm not. Kind of at the same time. Well, I really thought Arkadelphia, as strong as they looked, that we're just going to mow through folks and win these type of games. You know, against the likes of Nashville, Robinson, they were going to be closer wins for them. But then Nashville comes through, and man,
big
Coach
win.
Valarovich, he got it going down there.
Big win for Nashville. Robinson's still on the schedule, though.
Yep, that is a springboard game if I've ever seen one. Good, really, for both teams, because now if you're Arkadelphia, you're in a pretty precocious position. Because you still got Robinson on the horizon, and then even some of those other games, you can't really slip anymore.
And Nashville's got Robinson, too.
That's true. Robinson's got both of them.
Bauxite's playing well also.
They are.
So they're not in Haskell Harmony, but Bauxite's looking real good.
Yeah.
And so they could have, and you know, if you don't remember that Bauxite knocked off Robinson last year.
Right.
So Bauxite can play a spoiler in this conference.
Yeah, especially if you go down into the pit and watch out for them. They gets lit in the pit.
Yep.
Let's see here. Big games on tap. We mentioned Arkadelphia. We mentioned Robinson. Hey, let's put them together here. Boom.
Well, how about this?
On the road. Man, poor Arkadelphia. Goodness mercy.
You know, this is why they were 0-5 last year to start the conference.
Yeah.
And
start the season,
It was the same, start the season. It was the same scenario. They lost to Nashville and they lost to Robinson right off the bat, and then they didn't lose another game. This is a huge game. Can you bounce back after a disappointing loss to Nashville? Don't know. This is a toss-up.
Yeah,
I'm going to leave it as a
complete toss-up. Yeah.
I will leave it.
I won't even put the screws to you this time because I'm just as.
I will. You got to like Robinson because they're at home. It's tough when you've back-to-back state championships. I did see one thing about Arkadelphia, I thought Wynn ran very well on them, and you saw the highlights look like Nashville did too. And that's what Robinson does, is run the football. Arkadelphia's got to shore up the defense a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm going to give Robinson a slight edge being the home team.
Tip the scale a little.
And because they got a great rushing offense.
They do have a big-time rushing offense, and I wonder if that's something that Arkadelphia will kind of key up on.
They've given up a lot of yards.
They have, but it's kind of that bend, don't break sort of mentality.
Yeah, well, they've been breaking a couple times. Yeah. Wynn broke them pretty good in the first half.
Sure did.
And that was at Arkadelphia, and Wynn's a good football team also. Don't forget them. But Nashville, you saw the highlights. You see they were gushing them, and so I like Robinson just a little in this football game.
Yeah, and I think some of the advantages here is these teams are a lot more familiar with each other.
Absolutely.
You know, with like the likes of Wynn, it's like, oh, we didn't even really know what to expect. I think with Nashville, with Robinson, even Arkadelphia, I think they're going to kind of know each other's tendencies a little more.
Yep.
All right, that is it for the middle class there. We've got the 3A, we've got the 2A. We've got another doozy of a game here in this 3A conference. Hot preview here coming up because your boy's going to that one here. All right, so stick with us here. Jay Bir, Lanny Beavers, Fearless Friday Underground.
Nobody does spicy chicken like Wendy's. And now, spicy nuggets are back. So all hail the Queen of Spice. That's right. And get a free 6-piece when you mobile order through the app. Bring them back. Nobody does spicy chicken like Wendy's. And now, spicy nuggets are back. So all hail the Queen of Spice. That's right. And get a free 6-piece when you mobile order through the app. Bring them back.
All right. Fearless Friday Internet, you caught us there. We're having a moment here. We're already talking about next year's stuff here. But let's talk about next week's stuff coming up here. 3A, throw it up there for me, fellas. You see Rising, Camden Harmony Grove, Osceola, McGee, Harding Academy getting up in there. How about that? Big win for them this past week.
Yeah, knocking off Clinton. That was a huge win.
Absolutely. And then you see Prescott, Maumelle, and then we've got a host of others. Newport, Clinton, Mansfield, Melbourne, Hoxie, Jessieville.
Don't forget Boonville, the defending state champs, too.
Boom, yeah. So I know it's been a little rough for them here on the early go, but starting to pick things up a little bit. You know, sometimes there's a little
conference season starts. That's when it heats up. Sometimes
there's that state championship hangover. It happens. We get it. But when you win that title, it's something different. It's harder. It's a lot harder there. We don't have much in the way of video. We didn't get out to a whole lot of 3As this past week, but I do want to talk about Harding Academy. Man, oh man, a Chevy. Let's go.
What a big game.
Clinton knows I love them. I love Clinton up there. And this is a semi-rival game, too. That's a big win.
That's a big rivalry game between Clinton and Harding Academy.
Yeah.
Boy,
they don't like each other.
No, they don't, and they just seem to battle all the time. And you could just see, even last week we were talking about, you could just see that Harding Academy was picking up a little bit of steam. I wasn't real surprised when I saw that Harding Academy won.
Yeah, I forget what the score was. I'll see if I can pull it up here real quick for you guys. But man, I was almost disappointed because, like I said, Clinton, they know I got love for Clinton out there, but Harding Academy they're legit. And they tend to fling the ball around and all that kind of good stuff. Well, we're having issues here, but whatever. I'll remember the score later here. Rising, also one of these teams that every one of these teams here is clocking first place votes. So I think it just kind of shows you how wide open this thing still is. Plus, you still got Prescott on the outside looking in. Newport's another one of those teams that I'm always gassing up because they're old school to me, and I like that about them. Newport will come out and they will smash your face in. I like the Greyhounds.
What about McGee? The Owls?
McGee, boy, the Owls.
Looking good.
Hoot, hoot, man. Let's go.
They're looking very good.
Yeah, they were a little slept on here the first couple of weeks.
Not anymore.
And I try to tell y'all.
Not anymore.
I told y'all, hey, watch out for McGee. They're gonna make a little run here. They're going to be back.
Harmony Grove is a very good team. We were talking about El Dorado earlier. The only win El Dorado has is against Harmony Grove, a very good team, too.
Yeah.
But that just shows you how they played a 6A school so tough.
Yeah.
And so Harmony Grove, very good also. Let's not leave them out.
Which also tells you, too, you kind of see the first place votes up there, and Harmony Grove only getting 1. I think that kind of shows you the confidence that there's still 2, even with just that 1 vote, whereas everybody else has kind of got multiple first placers there.
Right.
In fact,
Rising the overall favorite. But
yeah, by a little bit.
They got a huge game this week, though.
Sure do. Big time game. Let's just talk about that one right now. We got Melbourne Clinton, and then we also have McGee Rising.
Well,
that's the game I drew this week, so I'm pumped.
I like Clinton. They'll bounce back over Melbourne, and I think Rising's going to win the game. I know McGee's really coming on strong, but Rising's been a very good power all season long, so I do like Rising in this one.
I'm with you on that. I think Clinton gets the bounce back here. No disrespect to the Bearcats.
With the Z.
With the Z. Yeah. It's my favorite thing in the state here. But also at the same time here, Melbourne, we're going to see how real you guys are, because I know we've talked up Melbourne here about the past year and a half or so, and they're always kind of that right on the outside of being one of the elites, especially in that conference there. So I'll be interested to see how they kind of handle some of that, and also too Clinton trying to bounce back here. And then I'm with you on that. I think Rising.
Yeah, I think
Rising wins that game. Wouldn't surprise me though if it's closer than what maybe people think, and we'll see how for real the Owls are.
I think they're a good football team. I just think Rising's just too strong right now.
Yeah, they've really got things put together here. All right, let's get into the 2A here. Not a whole lot of changes. Heck, no changes whatsoever.
Everybody won.
Yeah, and everybody won very convincingly at that.
When everybody wins, you don't change anything. They're very good. Hazen, they had 37 flags in that game against Carlisle last Saturday night.
To the surprise of no one. That's
37 flags. The officials were so bad they signaled a touchdown when they crossed the 5-yard line. So
one of them nights out there.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just have one of those nights.
Fordyce, very good. Foreman, we talked about them last year.
Yep.
They came on, and you see them.
Gators.
You see them right now. Just very good football teams.
And Gurdon,
right now.
another
Gurdon,
one of those
the
teams
Gold
there.
Devils.
Junior loaded.
Everybody,
so next year's that
everybody
year for
won
them.
last week. No shuffling right here. This is a real easy poll to pick for me this week.
Yeah, I think I fell in line for the most part with the way the 5
I left it exactly.
are.
Hey, if you're ranked and you don't lose, you're going to keep your.
Well, and they all smashed everybody. That was
Generally
the other
speaking,
thing.
you're going to keep your spot.
Yeah, it tends to work like that.
Yeah.
You also see McCrory, Magnet Cove on there on the outside. Earl, I know you're a big fan there. Poen, Salem, and Parker's Chapel.
I'm proud of Poen. They haven't had football for a very long time. I think
Yeah.
maybe started it around 2000.
Give or take, yeah.
Hey, they're getting
some love
They're getting
here.
some love right now. So Poen, hey, way you go.
All right, let's. I'm going to bring up Poen here in just a minute here, but I do want to talk about Junction City. You know, they're just one of these old reliables here. Plus, we got video of them, so you know, anytime we get some 2A, you know, I'm going to put you in here. But man, these good Lordy have mercy.
New coaching staff.
And they're still doing it.
As Coach Jones goes down the road to El Dorado.
Mm-hmm.
Very good football team, Junction City. They're a power running team. They're always going to run the football, and man, they're there every year. It seems like.
Yeah, and man, they're just so good. They have so many athletes.
Well, they're fast.
They're fast,
They're very
yeah.
fast, and that has a lot to. And they well, not only are they fast, but they expect to win. They expect to win, and that means so much when you just. You expect to win all the time. You never get down. And they've won a lot of close games over the years, and they just keep winning. That's what's so good about Junction City. Yeah,
it definitely makes you, I don't want to say afraid would be the term, but it makes you look at the name on the front like, oh, man, here we go.
Yep.
And they're one of these teams where they can get the snowball rolling real fast, too. It's just
they can steamroll.
boom, 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 and all of a sudden you're down 2 or 3 touchdowns. And in 2A, I mean, that's usually a pretty wide chasm.
Well, if you get up on the team 2 or 3 touchdowns and you have a running game, you're just going to kill.
Yeah.
With the 40-second clock rule now, you'll just kill the clock. And
absolutely. And for the fact that they're a running team, they can still put up 60, you know, because I would imagine in the second half that thing's just rolling.
Yeah, they can pass.
I mean, they can quick hit you too. Mm-hmm. So just because they run doesn't mean they're always slow plodding. I mean, like you saw there, slow plodding drives. I mean, it's boom, boom, and they're off to the races here.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, I mentioned Poen. We're going to Poe it up for Poen. Big game for them this week, taking on Magnet Cove. They're kind of a couple teams on the outside.
Not too far apart from each other either. Poen right outside of Malvern on the east side, and on the south side, and Magnet Cove closer to Hot Springs.
Yeah.
That's be a very good football game right there.
That's a solid offering here in 2A. I like it.
It is. That's a tough game there.
It really is.
I know. I can tell you this, though. I've been to a Magnet Cove game at their stadium. That's very hard to win at Magnet Cove.
Been a while since I've been to Magnet Cove.
And for that, I will stay with the home team, Magnet Cove.
All right. You know, I've been gassing up Poen here, and let's go. Poen. Poe win.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen here. Let's
go.
go.
We'll see.
All right, well, you guys win. I'm going to put you in my poll regardless of what happens. So you heard it here first. All right. So that's it for that. We got a lot of games, as you saw there. Lots of big-time games coming up here this week. So make sure you guys get on out there, especially if you're not. Make sure you take Fearless Friday with us on the go. Get it in the Apple Store. You also got it there in the Android. Plus, we got the good old-fashioned desktop version. Everything is on both of these things. You know, .com it. See down there, you got the game schedules and all that. You got all the highlights over there. I mean, what more could you really want? And we got so many highlights. I know it was a little bit of a down week because, you know, we had a lot of folks out of town. You know, I was also one of these ones out of town, but we still came through for you. So make sure you get on that.
Absolutely.
And we're not doing games of the week anymore, right? That was
no,
just
I want to mention that the Fearless Friday games of the weeks. We appreciate everybody for watching them and everything, and we're working on our schedule for next year. So if you want your school to be on Fearless Friday next year,
holler at us.
Give me a call. Contact me. It's right there on Fearless Friday.
Yeah.
And let me know that your team wants to be on. Remember, that team has to move their game to Thursday night next week.
So just take that into consideration. But we will make it work for you because Lanny Beavers is a man of the people. That's what he does. He makes things happen for y'all.
So. And happy October with the orange shirt.
I know. I dig it. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got pumpkin spice fever. Let's go.
Let's go.
Now next year, are we trying to do more games? Just like deeper into the season is what I mean.
We're still going to look for it.
All right.
We're still working on that. There's a lot to talk about with Kyle and everybody else.
We still got a year. But we're going to put the pressure to them right now.
We're still working toward it. But we do appreciate everybody that watched the games. And, man, we had some great games. We didn't talk about Hot Springs. Had a big win last week over Little Rock McClellan.
Yeah.
Whitehall was on TV earlier. Great games. I certainly appreciate everybody for watching.
All right, so we get into week 2 of conference play here. Things are going to start getting dicey. I love it. These things matter now. So we'll wrap things up here again. Remember, take us on the go. We got the .com version, Fox 16 at 9:30 on Friday nights, kind of as things are happening. And then you got the 10:30 show, full statewide coverage. If you're playing, chances are we're probably going to have you highlights here. So make sure you tune in. All right, that'll wrap things up for us here. For Lanny Beavers, I am Jay Bir. We'll see you guys next week.